Hello and welcome to Let's Talk About It with a Borderline Chick. How is everybody doing on this very rainy day where I'm at? It's cold and it's wet and it's rainy and it's cold and it's winter and I cannot stand winter time. So, I am about to take a trip to somewhere warm. So that's even better. But today's been a good day. Today's been a really good day. It's been a good day of clarity. And I have been reading a lot of things to like build me up. I don't know if y'all believe in astrology or not. I've never really either, but like when I read my horoscope and it was so accurate, I had to read another one and I kept reading, and now I'm just like, it builds me up and gives me hope and makes me think that things are going to be okay. Even though I'm dealing with hardship and I've dealt with hardship and I've all of the things, it's time to focus on me and my goals and my achievements in life. And because of that, I've been able to let go of the recent events that I've went through. For those of you that are watching this on YouTube, you can go to my podcast and get the scoop there. Because I've decided I'm not gonna go backwards and talk about it, because I've already talked about it and I've already been through it, and I don't need to cry anymore or deal with that anymore, because I'm moving on. However, life moves me on. I'm moving on. But today I really wanted to talk about letting go of the people who bring you down and don't support you in your life. It's very important to have your own identity, and especially those with BPD, we have no idea. We don't have an identity, and we try to find it in other people, and we need to stop doing that. We need to find our purpose, our passions, our creativity, all the things. And this is every human, not just people with BPD, but especially with people with BPD. You need to go after your dreams and accomplish your goals and be the person that you want to be, even if you are unsure of who that is. We all have an inkling of an idea who we want to be, and the things that we actually do enjoy that we put on the back burner or don't even vocalize because we are afraid that it's going to make us weird or not realistic goals, or and just screw all that nonsense. Like, I'll just use myself as an example. If you want to be a writer, write. If you want to be a singer, go sing. Whatever your talent is, go show it off. Go do it. Don't back down, and don't let people make you feel like you're not good enough to be something that you want to be, or be somebody you want to be. And I don't care if you want to go join a freaking circus and be a circus clown, or trapeze artist, anything. Like, go do it. Like, don't just not do something because it's not good enough for somebody else. If it is good enough for you and that's what you want, go do it. Now, I don't recommend going off the deep end and becoming, a crazy lunatic psycho killer, murderer, or anything like that. But I mean, if it's going to support your life or make your life better, do it. Sometimes I think we have to go through the hardest things in life to get us to where we need to be. And a week ago, I would not be telling you this. A month ago, I would not be telling you this. A year ago, no. 5 years ago, no. I am not very an optimistic person. The glass is half empty, not half full. And I don't know if I was necessarily always like this, but I am definitely like this now. The glass is half empty. Like, it's half gone. Slow down, take your time, drink that, because it's gonna be empty. So, and I don't mean like slow down and enjoy the air and enjoy the time that you have. I mean slow down because you got to reserve that because that's all you got. Like, so I didn't want to get that confused there. I'm not very optimistic. I don't believe in fate. I don't believe in everything happens for a reason. I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in any of that nonsense. And that's my opinion, and you're more than welcome to yours. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. It's just how I feel with my own just from what I've lived in my experiences of life. So I believe life is what you make it. I believe it doesn't matter what kind of cards you were dealt at all. It's whatever has happened to you, even the things that are not your fault or the things that made you the way that you are, you're destined to have whatever life you're given, and it's your choice to make it or break it. And the more I realize that everything is our choice, and there's going to be so many of you out there like, what are you talking about? I didn't do this and that and this, and this was my choice. I didn't get raped or, molested as a child as my choice. And no, you're right, you didn't. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about all the things that we have control of are our choice. Everything. If we let somebody hurt us, it is because we give them the power to. It is because we allowed them to take from us and use our own power against us. People can't take our power. People can't take our dignity. People can't take these things from us. We have to give them away. And I do mean the people that we allow in our lives. It's our choice to even let them in. It's our choice not to do some background FBI bullshit on them. We should get to know people a lot longer than what we do. We fall in love so easy. Because of the lust. And this is even with our friends. So I don't want you to just think I'm talking about relationships. This is everybody. Shit, we fall in love with our parents too easily. But we are programmed to lust before we love. And lust is dopamine, norepinephrine, all these fun little things firing off in our brains. And the same thing that happens when you do drugs, it makes us feel really good. That's why people say, if you remember that first time you ever lusted, think about that real, real hard. And then that's why people get addicted to drugs. It's because they feel that all the time, supposedly. But when you feel that high and you're that happy all the time, why would you ever want to come down or come off of that high? Well, you do. And when you do, that saying, the old wears off and the new shines through, or the new wears off and the old shines through, eventually that high goes away, life goes back to normal, and you start seeing all their flaws, what kind of person they really are. And this is after, if it's a relationship, this is after you done moved in together, or maybe even got married, and you're sitting there like, what in the hell did I get myself into? So, well, you kind of just got yourself into a whirlwind of bullshit. And with friendships, it's the same thing, except for you loaned your best friend, $2,000 here, 500 there, or you give and give and give and give and give until you literally are broke, on your ass, and alone. And we never got a single thing in return, let alone a thank you, or the things that we need to feel appreciation. Everybody needs to be appreciated. And then we have a world full of mental illnesses and personality disorders and traumas and addictions to cover up the traumas and the mental illnesses and all the things. PTSD is very common disorder. We all know. The first I ever heard of it was from veterans. I didn't think a regular civilian could have this until I got older and knew more about it. But I didn't really know a lot about it until in the last 3 years. That's when I really started studying the mind and the brain, and this last year especially. But PTSD is a diagnosis that fits a lot of criteria. Like almost every trauma could be linked to PTSD, or every trauma could later on be diagnosed as PTSD. And like that in itself is something that is diagnosed to people all the time. Let me see if I can actually get a statistic. What happened? Oops. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is from the recoveryvillage.com. 70% of adults experience at least one traumatic event in their lifetime. 20% of people who experience traumatic events will develop PTSD. 20% of that. About 8 million people have PTSD in any given year. And this was September 17th, 2020. So 8 million people. Okay. Let's do some disorders. I won't keep you too long, but I think this is going to give us some good information. Okay, how many people diagnosed with, we'll start with BPD. Okay. Sorry, everybody. All right. Okay, what percent of the world, what percent of the population has BPD? 1.6%. Okay, this is from the NCBI. All right, so what percent of population? Borderline personality disorder causes significant impairment and distress and is associated with multiple medical and psychiatric comorbidities. Surveys have estimated the prevalence of borderline personality disorder to be at 1.6 in the general population and 20% of the psychiatric inpatient population. Okay, let's do narcissist. All right. Okay, this is a much smaller number. Approximately 0.5% of the United States population, or 1 in 200 people, has the disorder. There are significant gender differences when it comes to the prevalence of this disorder. About 75% of the people with narcissistic personality disorder are men. Well, you couldn't have fooled me. That comes from also the Recovery Village. I would have to agree with that statement. I do believe the same. All right, let's do what is I can't think. Let's do antisocial. That's what I wanted. Is that it? Antisocial? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why they call this antisocial, because I don't know. I've always thought antisocial was you just couldn't be around people. You know, you're just. But it's not. If you guys don't know that, it's causes patterns of manipulation and violence and violation of others around them. Like, it's bad. It's something I think my brother had. I don't know. Supposedly he's like better now, but is pretty pretty rough. So anyway, diagnose. It begins in early life. Oh, that's personality disorders. It doesn't give me just a quick one. So let me click on this and see if it will give me one. Okay, so typically begins during childhood and early adolescence and continues into adulthood. People with ASPD display a long pattern of disregarding the law, violation of others. Come on. Manipulating and exploiting others. People with this disorder commonly don't care if they break the law. They may lie and place others at risk without feeling any remorse. A study of alcohol research in health states that 3% of men and 1% of women have ASPDE. The condition is much more common in men than in women, which I knew that too. But like borderline's more common in women than it is men. The exact cause of ASPD is unknown. Genetic and environmental factors play a role. You may have a greater risk at developing the disorder if you are male and you were abused as a child, grew up with parents who had ASPD, grew up with alcoholic parents. So symptoms are being angry often, being arrogant, manipulating others, acting witty and charming to get what they want, lying frequently, stealing, acting aggressively and fighting often, breaking the law, not caring about personal safety or the safety of others, not showing guilt or remorse for your actions. But anyway, it does not give me an exact percentage there, but that was just a couple. I'll let you guys go for today because I've already had you on here forever. I just will follow up on my next video with letting go and focusing on yourself and following your own path and your own career and your own choices and what you want to do with your life. So that's all for now from the Borderline Chick, and y'all stay safe and away from that coronavirus.